Question number 8. A solutions architect is designing a cost-optimized architecture for a workload that has predictable, consistent performance requirements. Which EC2 purchasing option would be the most cost-effective? Will that be on-demand instances, spot instances, reserved instances, or dedicated hosts? Our options: on-demand instances, spot instances, reserved instances, dedicated hosts. EC2 purchasing options provide different strategies to allow businesses to optimize their compute purchase to be able to get the resources that they need at the price point that they want for the term of use that they need as easily as possible. You'll see a number of questions on the Solution Architect Associate exam that want you to know what the best pricing option is to optimize a particular workload. It's very, very important in the real world. It's very important in the exam. So, which purchasing option should we be looking for? We're looking for one that is cost-effective in a solution with predictable, consistent performance needs. That idea of consistency is very important. There are pricing options that are very good if you know you will have a certain amount of compute demand month after month for a period of time. There are other options that are a better choice when you're not quite sure, where you might have a lot of demand, you might have a little, and you need that flexibility. Here we've got the former situation. On-demand instances was the original EC2 pricing strategy, and it's designed specifically when you don't have predictable, consistent needs, where at any moment you might need more computers, and then a little while later you might need fewer computers. And being able to turn off the things that you don't need when you don't need them anymore is crucial. On-demand doesn't get there. Spot instances are similar. Like on-demand, you turn them on when you want them, you can turn them off when you don't need them anymore. And worse, for a predictable, consistent workload, spot instances can be reclaimed by the EC2 system if they're needed for other customers. So neither one of those are a terribly good option for a predictable, consistent workload. How about reserved instances and dedicated hosts? What these have in common is both require a long-term commitment to the use of compute resources. So this sounds right for a workload with predictable, consistent performance needs. Reserved instances allows for access to a certain number of instances of a certain instance type in a certain availability zone. That reservation can be used for 1 year or for a maximum of 3 years. So that's a strong option. Dedicated hosts are similar in that you're going to be acquiring access to compute power for a long period of time, but it is a dramatically more expensive solution. If I want to install a piece of software and that piece of software has a licensing agreement that requires me to only install it on a certain number of CPUs, then I might want to know that if I stop using that software and use it again, that it goes right back on the same computer with the exact same CPUs on it, so I don't get charged for using it on other CPUs that the software hasn't seen before. AWS doesn't have software like that, but there are other vendors out there whose software will run on AWS solutions that does work that way. So because reserved instances are a dramatically less expensive option than dedicated hosts, and both provide predictable, consistent performance, the option that would be the most cost-effective is reserved instances.